What's happening, guys? Kenny here again, and as you can see, today I've got you in the workshop, aka my garage. And what I'll be talking about today, what I'll be showing you guys today, is I'm going to be doing, finishing up a project actually, a long ongoing project. And what I'll be doing today is acid etching this blade. This is an S30V blade from a Freek. Benchmade 560 Freek, and this is Steve's blade. So finally we got Steve his S30V Freek, and I am going to acid etch this blade and then put it into the scales that you saw in the last video where I did Steve and Kurt's scales. So I'm gonna be acid etching this today, which, if you guys don't know, an acid etch, you're essentially removing steel from the surface, okay? You're just etching that surface. It also brings other elements to the surface, that's why you get a darker color. Now, when you wash that, like when you do a stone wash or any kind of tumble, what you're doing is you're then tumbling the blade in some type of media. Depending on the media you choose, is going to give you the result that you're looking for. So when you're doing a stone wash, you got a lot of times you have big round stones, okay? Depending on the type of stones you use, you're gonna get different results, different types of finishes on the surface. So you guys know I'm using this kind of ferric chloride acid. If you guys are doing this at home, or if you're gonna try and do any kind of acid etching, make sure that you always use eye protection, skin protection. If you spill this stuff on your skin, it will essentially eat your skin. So guys, be very careful. I don't suggest doing this at home unless you use proper safety and everything, okay? And I don't suggest this to just everybody, okay? Just the guys that are very handy, do-it-yourself type of guys, you can do this thing. You can do this. It's just taking practice and testing and using and making mistakes and learning from them and all that, okay? You can always watch these videos to try and help not make mistakes, but yeah, you get the idea. So what I'll be doing today is actually using copper. That's what this is in this little jar. I'm going to be using copper in order to wash the material, in order to wash the blade. So it's going to give it that. It should actually leave little bits of copper in the surface of the blade, and that leaves that color. So that's what you see in a copper wash a lot of times. Or they use copper. Another type of copper wash is where they actually dissolve the copper into the acid and then acid wash it. And that gives you that copper, like that actual like color, that like bright color copper. I'm not actually looking for that. I don't want that. I just want little bits of copper in the acid wash, and that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. I'm not going to show you guys the whole process, for one, because it makes a long video and it turns into just a whole process of a video, and I gotta, like do all the editing and everything. Also, I don't want to give away like everything, guys. I mean, I know most of this stuff is already out there. All the information's out there, so I'm not giving away anybody's trade secrets here, but it's just, I know there's guys that do modifications for money out there that don't want me showing everybody how to do this at home. Although I think, honestly, everyone should be able to do this at home, or you should, at least some types of things you should be able to do at home. And the guys that do the modifications for money, hey, a lot of guys don't want to do it anyways, even if they know how to do it. It takes time, it takes their effort, it takes practice. So a lot of guys don't want to do it anyways. So, that's what makes your job there. Everyone knows how to fucking clean a toilet, but it's like that's what gives people have cleaning jobs, because no one wants to clean their house, okay? So that's the idea. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. I'm not going to show, like I said, I'm not going to show a lot of the process. I'll show putting the steel in and everything. As you guys can see, I masked this off with good old nail polish. And I will be dipping this. I'm going to be wiping this down. Anytime you touch this with your skin oils are on it, it will affect the acid etch. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down with acetone, or actually I won't use acetone because acetone will take off the nail polish. I'll probably use alcohol to remove anything because the alcohol won't affect the nail polish as much. If you soak it in alcohol, it'll probably start to affect it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Alright, as you guys can see, I've got my blade all cleaned up here. Got my gloves on. Got my acid here. I made this, as you can see, this thing's been etched itself a few times. I made this to go ahead and use to hang the blade. And I'm going to go ahead and get into this. I always suggest when you're using a steel you haven't used before, haven't etched before, even if you're not, always check it periodically, because you don't know how long it's going to take. Different steels with different compositions are going to take different amounts of time. So you always want to keep checking it periodically as you go. I'm going to go ahead and dip this, and I'll bring you guys back at the end, okay, after I etch it. Alright, I'm about at, let's call it about 10 minutes right now. Sometimes it's gonna have a little bit darker look than you think just by the surface. Looks like it's gonna definitely be darker. I've got some water here ready to go. You can see the surface coming off of this. Trying to see what color I'm actually got. It's hard to tell what color you actually have until you remove that surface acid. Maybe leave it another few minutes. Let's see where we're at. I think I'm right about where I want to be. I'll go ahead and dip it in the water to stop the acid. This water I have here also has baking soda in it to make it a little bit more base. You can see, look at that. You can see the steel coming off. Yeah, you can see how dark that's going to be. It's right about where I wanted it. So just because you see it, what you see is not exactly what you're gonna get sometimes. As it starts to eat the acid, as the acid starts to eat the surface, it kind of stays, that surface stays there. So don't just think about like what you're seeing is gonna be your finished result. You kind of want to go by time and test it. Because look at that, look how much darker that is than what you saw. So it's important to stop, touch the blade, make sure that that surface that's going to be removed, make sure that it's the color that you actually want. See how much darker that is? So it's very important to check it constantly. Yeah, that's going to look pretty sweet. So pretty happy with the color on this. Let me wipe it down a little bit, see what I get. Alright, so pretty happy with the color I got. As you guys can see, it's got a nice dark acid etch. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw this guy in the copper, and we're gonna see what happens. I could definitely go darker. I think I went darker with Kurtz. Yeah, maybe I'll go a little bit longer in the acid. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe it down one more time just to make sure I didn't get any contaminants on it. And I'm gonna put in the acid for another 5 minutes. You know what, I'll probably do like 2 or 3 minutes and then check it and then do it again. I'm not gonna bring you guys back for each section of this. I'll just bring you back after I get the desired color. Again, guys, you wanna consistently check your work and make sure you're getting the color that you desire. Alright guys, so I have the color I'm looking for, and now I'm going to put this guy into the copper, and we're going to give this a shake. Depending on the way you shake or roll the media is going to give you a different result. So you got to consider that. If you just shake it vigorously, you're going to get one result. If you roll it, you're going to get a different result. So I usually try to keep it consistent and do like a type of shake or a type of roll to give you a nice consistent finish. So I'll either roll it on the ground or I'll, shake it in my hand. However, whatever kind of finish I'm going for. Today I'm probably going to do a type of like shake and twist. Like I'll probably be doing this. I'm not going to do this on camera because it's going to take a while. So I'll come back. I'll show you guys the finished result. We'll show you guys the knife all put together at the end. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. So here we go. I am very happy with how this came out. You'll get to see it a little better too once I put it all together. I don't know if this is coming through in the video or not, but it really looks awesome. Couldn't be happier with the way it came out. Steve should be stoked. I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, so I have your finished product here. Here it is. All together. And there's that copper tumble on the acid etch. I almost think that the regular acid etch with the tumble might look a little bit better with the micarta scales, but I don't know. Guess that's a subjective thing. Really love the way this came out. The edge this S30 took was pretty insane. Let me see if I can show you this. These are my wife's super thin there you go. See that? See that? And then I'm gonna switch this around and see if it'll go the other direction. I'm not sure if that was with the grain or against the grain, but yeah, there you go. So it is whittling both directions. There you go, just blew that off.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Here you go. So it is blowing hairs both directions right now. This S30V took a screaming edge, and that is a 15-degree per side bevel. So you can see that this is a relatively thin behind the edge dimension on this guy. Really happy. It's not perfect, guys. There's definitely a bunch of little things that bug me. See the glue there on the back spacer. It's not a perfect seam. Just little things that bug me about this. The layers aren't perfect. But overall, and especially like comfort wise, man, this thing is amazing. Even to me, even better than the G10 version. This one, as you guys saw in my review, has a little bit of a sharp corner, which when I say sharp, it's really not sharp, but it's just a hard edge. Whereas this, you can see I've chamfered it really well, so you really just don't feel this thing. Just excellent. Excellent. Very happy. Kind of sad to see it go. Action is a little tight right now, but I wanted it to be solid. I'm sure it'll loosen up over time. Centering is pretty good. Pretty much dead nuts. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully Steve loves it. One thing I wanted to do, but I won't, because I wanted to take my black thumb studs and access lock and put them on this, because I think it would look a lot better, but then this would kind of look goofy with the satin. So yeah, decided not to do that, but anyways, hope you love it, Steve. Stoked that it's finally done and coming your way. Yeah, hope you enjoy it, buddy. Thanks for all you do. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Yeah. I couldn't have planned that one, guys, as you saw in the other video. But have a great day, guys. See you in the next one.